Hola, ¿qué tal? In Spanish there are a lot of ways to answer to the question, how are you? Do you know which ones? So, the first thing you need to know is that the question how are you in Spanish is ¿Cómo estás? You can say ¿Cómo estás tú? Or ¿Cómo está usted? If it's a formal situation. But really, you don't need to say tú or usted because in Spanish we conjugate the verbs depending on the person. So if you say ¿Cómo estás? Or ¿Cómo está? It's totally fine. There are standard ways to answer to the question ¿Cómo estás? You can say bien, más o menos, or mal. For some reason, English speakers think that así is another way to answer ¿Cómo estás? But really, nobody says así. Nobody. Hola Julie, ¿cómo estás? Así. Gracias. Así. Okay, ciao. So, the next time you want to say so, simply say más o menos, which literally means more or less. Another thing you need to know is that in Spanish we use two verbs to express how we feel. We use the verb estar and the verb tener. Estar means to be, and in this situation we are gonna use it to talk about temporary situations like Estoy enferma, and the verb tener means to have. It expresses possession, but we also use it to talk about things that we feel, like Tengo hambre or I am hungry. Now, in English, it might not make much sense to say I have hunger, but in Spanish we use it and it's totally fine. Some expressions you can use with the verb estar in Spanish to respond to the question ¿Cómo estás? Are Estoy cansado if you are a guy or Estoy cansada if you are a girl. You can also say Estoy enfermo or Estoy enferma. Estoy enferma. Remember that in Spanish we don't really necessarily use the person in the sentence. So you can say yo estoy enfermo or simply estoy enfermo. Some expressions you can use in Spanish with the verb tener are tengo sueño, which means I'm sleepy. Tengo hambre, I'm hungry. Tengo frío, I'm cold. Tengo frío. Tengo calor, I'm hot. Tengo calor. To finish, it is always nice and polite to ask the same question back to the person who is talking to us. So if you don't want to sound too repetitive and you want to avoid saying ¿Cómo estás? Again, you can always say ¿Y tú? Which means how about you? So let's take a look at what we learned today. Today we learned many things. We learned that the question how are you in Spanish is ¿Cómo estás? You can say ¿Cómo está? If it's a formal situation. We also learned that in Spanish we use two verbs to express how we feel. We use the verb estar, which is the verb to be, and some expressions with estar are estoy cansado, estoy enfermo, estoy enferma, estoy enfermo. Some expressions with the verb have, which means tener, are tengo hambre, tengo frío, tengo frío, tengo calor, tengo calor. We also learned the standard ways to respond to the question ¿Cómo estás? You can say bien, más o menos, or mal. Never say así. Nobody says así. Así. Ugh. Well, that's it for today's lesson. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Also, in the box below, you are going to find a link for you to practice a little bit more. And remember, if you are gonna learn a language, why not Spanish? Ciao!